Welcome back. There's a play by an upstate playwright coming to a stage on Saturday that parallels struggles of slaves to some of the societal struggles of today. It brings a light to light, a little known fact that is, and now we give you a look at a scene from A Past and Present Slave by Lee A. Smith.
I have a foolproof method for controlling your black slaves. I guarantee every one of you that if installed correctly, it will control your slaves for at least 300 years. You must use the female versus the male, and the male versus the female. Hence, both the horse and the slave must be broken. That is, breaking them from one form of mental life to another. Keep the body. Take the mind. In other words, break the will to resist. Now for the female. By her being left alone, unprotected, with the male image destroyed, she would now raise her male and female offspring in reverse roles for fear of the young male's life. She would psychologically train him to be mentally weak, independent, but physically strong.
See, son, this is Willie Lynch. He gave a manner to control slaves.
But how was he so strong?
Son, he focused on keeping the body and destroying the mind. Keeping the body and destroying the mind was in his letter. That if you beat a man enough, he'll give up his own soul, his own mind, his past, his life, who he is. Once the mind has been broken, the body follows. If I can control your mind, I can control your past, present, and future.
When the time came for me to give the baby to the world, I pushed, and the only thing in my mind was now I finally have something of my own. Then she was here. I called her Angel. She has some of the most beautiful eyes, and every time she looked at me, I saw heaven. But over the weeks, I heard them talking about selling it. My baby. He said she would bring him more money than any other slave. Like she was some piece of cheap meat and not life itself. Well, I just couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I placed my hand over her pretty little eyes, and I killed her. I killed my baby. She looked at me and saw so much in me, but Isaac could just see in her what I am and what I've been.
And we are joined in studio this morning by the man behind the play, Lee A. Smith. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So tell us, give us a little synopsis behind this show. What made you want to do it? You wrote it, and these are all local actors.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
All right. Well, when I was in USC Upstate, there was a story that kind of intrigued me. It was about a black property owner named Anthony Johnson. I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this in the back of my head, and someday I'm gonna do something with it. Mm-hmm. And this, looking at our culture and where we're at now, you have individuals that, so far as tats, and like so far as if a fight is happening, they record it, different things, and I felt as if our mind as a generation has been lost. And placing that with the significance of the past, like you had slaves that, even though their body was beating horribly, mm-hmm. their mind stayed there. And I want to put some type of resemblance between
and
the
it's
two.
it's a parallel between what's happening in modern society to the struggles of the slave.
Yes.
And
yes.
Were you ever, talking about, black slave owners or African-American slave owners, did you have to do a lot of research from history to kind of figure a lot of that out?
Yeah, I did. Because he was more so like an indentured servant. Mm-hmm. He had his own indentured servants, Anthony Johnson. It was based in Virginia. And the lineage ended. But I kind of wanted to, okay, let's see if we can continue that and see what happened if that mm-hmm. family lineage would have continued. Okay. And that's where Paul Johnson comes into play.
What would you say to someone who's interested in coming to see this or maybe thinking about coming to see? And what is the message, the overall message you want them to take away from this story?
the overall thing that I want them to gather is that how important the mind is. And if we train our mind, if we continue to link with people that have like minds, we could, as a generation, push for more positivity in this culture.
Well, how excited are you guys to be a part of this? Was it a good project to work on?
Oh, yes. Very, very wonderful.
What do you want people to take away from this show?
I want people to take away a different mindset, to look at how far we come physically, but where we are mentally, we're still there. And hopefully, I pray that we do our job to show that we can come out of this mentally as well.
Awesome. We're out of time. Chapman Cultural Center on Saturday at 7 o'clock. A pastandpresentslave.com has all the information you need there.